And then the itinerary that's required, would that itinerary just be the employment that exists with that company? They're going to continuously work for the company, build it up?
It's much more specific. It's not just an employment offer letter saying you're going to work for X amount of time. A lot of people think of the itinerary in the employment O1 sense. They think of it like it's a TN visa, or they think of it like an H1B visa, where it's just, okay, it's an employer letter. What are your duties? What is your salary?
Hmm.
But in O1, they think of it much more like artists,
Hmm.
right? So I want to know, what are you doing in January? What are you doing in February and March? I want to know the projects. I want to know the progress. So having good apps that your company use to track your schedule and your hour and your project. If you have a project manager managing the development of the app or the development of a particular launch, that is very key and important. And so we did a couple O1 self-petition cases, and it's a big R&D company that takes 3-4 years before the product even launches, before there's any revenue that's made. And
Wow.
yet we do the O1, and then we do the O1 extension again and again, proving that like every month there's something going on. And so the more difficult thing is really persuading the officer about
Yeah.
it, because if you have a show, it's much easier to verify, did it happen, did it not happen, how many ticket sales do you have. But
Yeah.
when we are in the R&D stage, it's much more difficult. But you have payroll, you have communication. It's much more like a L1.
Yeah.
I would say it's more like an L1 R1 crossover, because for R1 you don't have tax returns. Religious person, what are you doing? You're just giving sermons. So they care a lot about itinerary in R1, so they care a lot about itinerary in O1 as well.
That's very interesting. We're seeing a growth of O1 being used for business and for tech industry because the H1B has just become a semi-defunct visa because of the limitations that it has. I'm giving a speech in front of a bunch of tech people, and obviously I don't do this. I'm just referring them out, but it's really good to have this information because they're going to get caught up in this aspect of it. They might have this great idea and even funding from a venture capitalist. Here's $1 million. They if in essence the complete spirit of the law is there, they're really going to be doing something. Just a matter of putting the technical stuff together. So it's good to know these options are there and to open it up for business people, because O1 and EB1A in general are really vast and unlimited categories. They do say it's for business and this and this and this, but each one of them could be expounded. Everything is business at the end of the day. So you can really put yourself under that category. You just got to be good at picking the right category that really defines the job the best. But it's definitely not something to shy away from or to put it back. I think having these options, just at least, especially what you're discussing, is some hiccup, a bump down the road that'll confuse you. We'll get that out of the way, because as you start, the main thing and what you started case is, are they extraordinary? Can they fill out the criteria and the prongs? That's the main thing. The rest of it could be worked on, it seems, in a reasonable way.